Hey everyone, I am back again, and this is story time, y'all. It is about delayed obedience and about the time how I got evicted. So I just want to share a piece of my story with you all. It's not cute, it's not polished, it's not highlight reel worthy, but it's real raw, real behind the scenes. Like, what's Sierra be up to over there? I be curious, like she living a dream. What's she doing over there? What she got going on? It's the kind of story that hurts before it heals. So, yeah, I just want to be real and open. Not many people know this. Actually, I don't think no one knows it, but I was evicted from my home. Y'all, I had a big fat sticker plastered on my apartment, and it was disturbing. Now, leading up to that, of course, you get the emails, you get the warning, hey, can you pay your balance? And all of this stemmed from delayed disobedience, or delayed obedience, should I say. God had told me to get some things up and going, and I didn't do it. I think it was more so out of fear. It was out of lack of confidence. It was out of ignorance, like not really knowing what the heck to do. And it was also out of just a little pride, like I'm good, God said this, that, and the third about me. I got time. And I fell into a real dark place. This was last year, actually. And so it was a snowball effect. Long story short, your girl didn't listen, and he told me to move, and I was just like, huh? What? Squirrel? Where, Lord? What are you talking about? But yeah, I decided to cling to comfort, familiarity, and to what was stable. But you have to realize, as an entrepreneur, I literally quit my full-time job as a flight attendant of 8.5 years, and I was living off my savings. And it was just enough that was supposed to launch these businesses that the Lord had wanted me to start. And I was just like, what? I don't want to do that. What I look like doing that? Ew, me? Sierra Mason? Psh, please. I thought it was optional, y'all. Y'all thought I had options. I thought I could do what I want to do and when I wanted to do it. But when you accept this call, absolutely not. Your life is no longer your life. And I had to find that the hard way, okay? So don't be like Sierra. Don't cling to familiarity, and don't delay thinking that you got all the time in the world, thinking that, no. Just do it. Do it afraid, do it scared, do it ignorant, Google it. Now we got Chat GPT. Y'all didn't know about Chat GPT last year. I could have been on my game. Whew. But now we got Chat GPT. So we got all these different resources, and I say move in silence and get it executed, get it done, because there's so much tied to that obedience. There's so many people tied to you saying yes. And I think a lot of times we think of ourselves, when God tells us to do a specific assignment, it's like, that's beneath me, because that's what I thought on some specific assignments that he assigned to my life, but not really knowing the people that I'll be helping along the way, or individuals that can benefit from my testimony, or individuals that can benefit from the income that he allows me to steward, and then me, it's like a fruit fly flying around, the income he allows me to steward by receiving these funds, this lucrative income, and being able to bless others with it. So there's just so much tied to it. And even if you don't know the whole picture, even if you don't see it, you don't understand it, it's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm going crazy, Lord. Even if you don't get it, he gets it. And you got to sit at his feet. And you have to force him. Teach me, Lord. Y'all know how Jacob was not having it. He was tussling with God. He was tussling. He was like, No, you gonna bless me. You gotta have some of that energy. You gotta be like, oh, you gotta bless me. You gotta tell me how to get this done. So yes, I recommend that. And when you ignore God's voice, eventually he will allow the very ground beneath you to shake. Y'all, this isn't to punish you, because we see in James that there are tests and trials that come along with our Christian walk. It's inevitable. So when that eviction notice hit my door, I had hit the flow. I was fasting. I was crying. I was praying. I was shaking in my boots. I was shaking him. I was like, what? And leading up to it, there was a lot of different circumstances that led up to it. Electricity went off, everything. Things were off. I found myself living in my car for an entire month. And it was tough. It was tough. And I think it was me, my dog, and a car full of stuff. Everything that I could fit left over from my apartment into my car. And everything else I just posted online was like free items. So even that, like having items that had sentimental value, and then, seeing it just be taken, it was a lot. I want to say I probably cried every single day, every single night. But looking back, I learned from it. I now have momentum moving forward. I now have the grit. I have the grind. I have the tenacity. I have the story to tell. And I can relate and have conversations with individuals that have been in positions like me. And I can jump online and encourage you all, because I've been there, done that. Got a bumper sticker where the sun don't shine. Like, I got it all. So I felt the sadness, the wondering if I was forgotten, the ashamed, the anxious, the exhaustion. Listen, y'all don't even know the half of it. Like the fact that I am a property owner and, not being able to go to that home that was vacant it was vacant, y'all. It was vacant. And I think that literally, it drove me crazy. I think there will be instances where you'll go through situations that don't make sense, but God knows best. And I was told if I go back, I'm gonna turn into Lot's wife. So honey, boo-boo, like we're gonna just deal with this. But it definitely will be a battlefield for the enemy to show up. The enemy is going to utilize any opportunity he can to just tear you down and tear you away from God and just chip away at your faith. But you have to stand strong. And before every test, there's what? There's quizzes, there's lessons, there's training. So when you get to that test and that trial, you already gotta have your scripture. Y'all, I have my scripture just bookmarked. My prayers bookmarked on my digital Bible. And every night I was just reciting the Lord's Prayer. Every night, y'all. Snot dripping down my nose, crying, freezing, like me and my dog, like splitting some Mickey D's. You know what I'm saying? Like, just. But that's the moments that you depend on the Lord. And the enemy will say like, oh, give up. Don't believe him. He wouldn't put you through this. And why would he make you do it? Listen, devil, you can kiss it. Because absolutely not. Like, I love the Lord and I understand why I'm in this situation. I'm going to learn from it. It's going to better me. And I'm going to push forward. And we're going to thug it out. Gang, gang. And we know moving forward how I can help another individual that is put in this situation. It's going to make me appreciate it so much more. So steward your time well. Steward your finances well. Stay off TikTok shop. And be obedient. And just move. Move when he tell you to move. What I didn't know was that the car wasn't just my shelter in the moment. It became my sanctuary. That's where I cried out to God the most. And that's where he reminded me that he dwells close to the brokenhearted. We see that in Psalms chapter 34, verse 18. Y'all, in that month, I learned so much more about the faithfulness of God than I ever did when life was together. Insane. And you would have never known. Like, I just show up and I thought of Job in the Bible, who lost everything, his family, his fortune, his health, but never lost his faith. Y'all, he said in Job chapter 13, verse 15, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And that's the energy you gotta have, yo. Like, if you take everything away from me, Lord, am I still rocking with you, or am I rocking with you because of the things you've given me? I finally understood those words, because when everything was stripped away from me, God was still enough. He was still the air I breathed. He was still providing manna in the wilderness for me. When the days got dark, when he lit the path for me, when I was finally emptied of pride, control, and excuses, he moved. And he'll do the exact same for you. Yeah, you can come up with every excuse in the book. Don't let it delay you. Don't let it put you in the wilderness. Y'all, I finally was blessed with a studio apartment, another studio apartment. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't my 4-bedroom home that I have in Houston. It was none of that. But it was exactly what I needed to just hone in and spend time with the Lord and get the things done that he needed me to get done. And not be distracted. It's just a reminder that he always makes a way. Even if you start with the smallest space, it's going to grow into so much bigger. You just have to build you just gotta start with a foundation. It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. It was a humbling experience. I will say it was definitely a humbling experience. It is, humbled you. Okay. I just want to encourage someone who's in their own valley right now. Listen, tears are not a sign of weakness. They are the language of a surrendered soul, because Jesus wept too. Trials are not punishment. They are just preparation. God is building your faith in the fire, so do not give up now. Faith doesn't mean you won't break down. You are entitled to break down, honey. Break down, have those crying sessions, journal it all out, and so that you can reflect back and see what all he brought you through it and his faithfulness. You have to trust and believe that God will still bring you through it. So don't quit in the middle. Don't give up just because it hurts. Don't let the eviction, the heartbreak, the delay, the detour convince you that God changed his mind about you, because he didn't. He loves you so much, and he will never leave or forsaken you. He hasn't. He never will. He's just making room for the promise. He's working out what they say, let him cook. Like, he just behind the scenes cooking stuff. You might not smell it yet. You might not come to the kitchen, get a sample. He might not call you in the kitchen yet. He needs you in that room getting things done. Cause when he ready for you to sample it, and he might show you a little vision of it. But then when you got it all together and it's time to just sit down at the table and eat that feast, listen. Beautiful. So just remember, you are not forgotten, you are not alone, and you are not too far gone. The God of Job, the God of Joseph, the God of me is the same God that is going to show up for you every single time. You got to trust him even now, especially now. Lock in right now. Your next chapter is still being written, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I pray you all are able to receive this message, and I pray that it just encourages you to not give up. And I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to put a video at the end of this and just show y'all the efficiency apartment he had blessed me with. And now we're moving out. So we already upgrading. But yes, lock in with the Lord. Okay, let him be your BFF because he's mine. And I pray you all have a beautiful day. All right, y'all. This is what is left over This was the studio slash efficiency apartment. I don't know. Some people call it efficiency. Some people call it studio. Yeah, this is where I stayed at. So cute. It had all new appliances. Everything's brand new. It's the first person to live here. Y'all, God showed up and showed out. Like, when I tell y'all I was homeless, got evicted from my apartment in Dallas, and was living in my car for a little over a month. It was brutal. Me and my dog living in my car. Until the Lord had a woman show up in a parking lot at a coffee shop. And yeah, I was like, hey, you need a place to stay? And I was just like, wait, stop. Look at God. Y'all, when I tell y'all, when I first got up in here and I just put holy oil everywhere and prayed and cried. Whew. Yeah, beautiful. But we are on to the next chapter, and to be continued.
Running out of breeze, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme.